Hello, everybody. My name is Oral Chaos, and welcome to the table. I hope you have a good day. I am going to be playing Disco Elysium. They recently added Twitch integration and streamer modes, so there shouldn't be any copyright issues on some of their tracks. And also, there are polls that whenever I have a choice, you get to have an option to vote for what I choose instead of using the Twitch polls. So this should be pretty amazing. So thank you for coming in. I hope you have a good time, and let's jump into a brand new game. Alright, so we have the option to play one of these three characters or create our own. Extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. Intellect, capacity. Psyche, Zeke, and motorics. This is very psychological, a magnetic personality, but unstable, might begin to lose his mind. It's 5 in has the encyclopedia skill, has the inlaid empire skill. And physical, extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. Has a 1 intelligence, 2 psyche, 5 physique, and 4 motorics. And we can do one of these 3 archetypes, or create our own character. Oh, it's just I can continue with this character if I so choose. Or we can just I put my dice away. Well, there. I'm not gonna leave this up to chat. Actually, this is going to be my one solid choice this game. I'm going to go with this character because there's a lot of talking with this game. I'm going to go with sensitive.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
This is one of those, what was that about X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
I want to know about the X something.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Alonsny, never let me go. You know what? I just want to play the game. I don't want to do
Do
this.
you really?
I do.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Oh. Cool. Wait, what did I do? What's waiting for me?
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How big is the ball?
Can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
They're duking it out. I keep hearing what's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose. Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
You lost.
All right.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Nice.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
I don't have severe fare, so I'll just pull on the
The
fan.
blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact.
Ooh, that's nice. Bring it on.
Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. for quite a long time, still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying.
All right.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this thing?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Is this the size?
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Continue.
The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
I should go and get that shoe.
The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Where's the actual...
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it first.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm sorry, touching
Bet
this.
you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue's okay.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I'm scared. I want to stop.
Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it.
Here.
Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I'm not making the face, the face is making itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay, try to stop.
Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
I'm vaguely sympathetic. What is this? Neat. I don't have enough XP. Okay.
There might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
Okay, I don't. My herb ready for now. Okay. I try getting.
This fan has 2 chain pull switch, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Okay, I have to actually put some points into Savior Fair to actually get this. And what is Savior Fair? I have 0 rhetoric. Oh. All right.
There they both are, 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
How do they fit?
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
All right. Okay, let's try the mirror again.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned like the rest of you. It comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
I'd have had to get two natural sixes on that to succeed.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
Yes, you seem perplexed by your question.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Business chief,
The
right?
young woman shakes her head slowly.
Chief technical officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
What business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
I don't even have a lot of... I don't have a good way to do this. Why don't I remember being caught or anything
Could it
else?
be because of the drinking?
Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
Actually, I can see why they would entrust me with the law. I have the right character.
A fondness for contradictory statements.
Now, I had thrown my shoe out the window. I deduced this from the direction of the shards.
Extraordinary.
Also, no. She could go.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Goodbye.
All right. The lyrics would be...
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is immense.
Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. Whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Lamentation sounds good. They'll really get a gauge of my soul with that.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
I love this game. Finished thought. Game's great. Disco Elysium. Let's do all of the interactables. One is working.
Hello, sweetie.
You know, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Alright. Hi. Man is sleeping on the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolling down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines and encircled by a logo of a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Pick up the pills.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
I'm not gonna wake him up. I'll just leave him there. I don't care enough to just disturb a guy. Let's read the sign.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
What happened to the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean by buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
That tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Oh my god, I did all those things?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
What have I been doing then?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Let's on go then.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Hold on, who is he to me?
He is your half-brother.
Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Ooh, it cannot be retried. Alright,
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
is it, but maybe just a bit too ostentatious?
No, it's not. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop. Say it.
My name is...
Yes, well, it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean him? Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Hey, is it Tony? How's it going? Yes, the police. Oh, where's the policeman? Yes.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Let's get going then.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Have a pet.
You mean you don't have a badge?
Wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Does it, Tony? You kind of missed where I chose our archetype. I chose to be one of the more intellectual characters.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Detective Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Yes.
I have everything. You?
Oh, you mean, do I have questions?
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business. Extra fine.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
How did he get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one.
This guy is really
sarcastic. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Who killed him when they probably don't know?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard, the prey drive says.
Did you kill him, Gert?
No, I didn't.
You can tell me, Gar. You killed him, right?
Didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is this?
Why did you have to
Do
kill
I
him?
have to answer him? Is this mandatory?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
He ignores you.
Okay.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
I don't have the savior flare. So, what's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I understand. You mean I have money?
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
What exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
See, I might be. Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Show me the coins. Is this money?
Yes, it is.
49.
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
100 times small.
Yes,
That's horrible.
it is.
If only everything could just be in cents instead of dollars, everything would be better.
For a moment, his antipathy is overcome by compassion for the sheer smallness of the money. He demonstratively suppresses a world-weary sigh.
What happens now?
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
Isn't there somewhere else I can stay around?
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
Alright, let's try paying.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I really don't remember.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
On Marble Hill?
Why did you say that?
You know a place called Marble Hill?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number of the
You
building?
can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Ooh, I can get a thoughts. Let's internalize this thought. Oh. Ooh. The police. Street name is ineligible.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with?
Where are you exactly?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Good to meet you, just a gardener.
I am pleased to meet you too, officer.
I have to run.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Thank you. Neat. Nice way to get that done.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Kind of boots.
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard.
Exact count.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid pallets, easy on the eyes. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What?
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
I need some perception to get better at that check. Ooh, ads, yes. Break time. Ad break time.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
Pick one step closer.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
I just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
Kuno's got this.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno.
Moment of your time, please.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Oh. You see what now?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
And what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What
You will
forces?
see.
Are you kid siblings?
Fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
No. I'm so glad I have that blanked out because I don't want to hear that language. Look, I have questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
About the crime scene. You kids out there play in this yard?
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
What's that greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Hold on, the gardener used to work there?
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
Wait, what do you mean by kid?
Look it up in the library. Kuno's not a fucking dictionary. Fucking small brain. Kuno means the gardener, alright?
You mean that young woman by whirling in rags, that gardener?
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
That letter yours?
No, it's not fucking Kuno's. It's ancient. Look at it.
He thinks you're fucking fool, Kuno. He says you climbed the ladder up to your magic treehouse.
Get the fuck out of here, pig. Kuno doesn't have a magic treehouse.
You know, there's a stack of internet back there.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind. Lazy dinks.
There it is. That strange feeling again. As if there was more than meets the eye about that pile of roofing material.
I don't like this one. You can't hide it. I see without vision, with my inner eye.
Inner eye? Fuck are you talking about? Ask me a normal question, pig.
They're trying to make you feel stupid, Kuno.
I mean, you guys are stupid.
You glance again at the roofing material in front of the shack. Yes, you should go back there.
Now let's talk about something.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Sounds like something you call a rabid dog.
Yeah, think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit.
He seems glad someone understood what he was going for. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
What?
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Don't listen. Just go.
Alright. I dealing with
The
this
corpse
corpse.
looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look
A
down.
cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an
Have the
unholy
endurance for
rot. The
this.
smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
Eh, let's try it.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind,
Right.
flushing you from within. Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
I'm gonna say thank you.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
The ammonia would help.
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
Not you.
I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't... There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Alright.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, it reveals no secrets at this time.
I need actual more points. Oh wait, I thought I... Alright.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? It's just
The
trash.
body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
What do you think this could be in there?
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
Whatever's in there, it's...
I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
It's wrong. It's not connected to the case.
Oh. It might also be evidence. The mob could have disposed of something in there. We should get it open. We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we
Lieutenant.
could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Alright, cool. Let's go ask the manager then. Or multiple things. Also, I should probably go to which Disco Elysium Twitch integration. Let's install that. There we go. And everything should actually work. And we will then save the game.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
My partner told you may have some ammonia. Can I have some?
Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
I need directions.
Of course. Where to?
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I am disorientated. I don't know where I am.
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
What is up in the north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
What's in these?
The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. The harbor gates. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What's the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water, water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
What kind of fish market is this?
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. Just drug addicts. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Thanks, that's all.
No problem.
What is this fucked up police business?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Never mind.
She shifts in her seat awkwardly.
I have to run. Alright, I have to use the side entrance, that's right. I never clicked this.
Can I help you?
Trash container out back, yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
What the feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't that seem callous to you, regarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
I need those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
There's something here at the Whirling Guard I need to talk to you about.
Thing.
Miss Hall is for the Union?
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
Like out here above gratuitous baiting.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
And we find them.
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
I just said I couldn't go in the kitchen.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Maybe something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Yeah, there might be reasons why you should probably search.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Yes. We're gonna sing karaoke.
Absolutely out of the question.
You wait and see, cafeteria manager. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Alright. It's only 9:56. Actually, maybe we can talk to that lady and maybe she knows something.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am?
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
I don't really want to talk about that right now.
I'm sorry if I was being overly familiar. I know we've only just met. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Sweeties need money. Do sweeties get money?
Sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you.
Even though my physical instrument skill is like garbage, I got that. Ideal. Ooh.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but at the end of my rope.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
She unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops in your palm.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, Sam Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races.
What is it to pawn?
It's easy. You bring a valuable item to a pawnbroker, who then gives you money for it. You can get it back later for a slightly larger sum if it hasn't been sold, but you never end up doing that anyway.
Where can I pawn the pin?
Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, There'll be a shack nestled against an old stone facade. That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband's goes there often. He says the owner is quite helpful.
Alright, I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
Yes.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
There's all my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
Revengeful.
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about what kind of place
How
is
would I
this.
even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
I'd like to think it's a dictatorship of the proletariat, but tell me it's not.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
How come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides,
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Who could tell me more?
someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
I've got to get going.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Alright, cool. I love Lita. Autosave. Alright.
There he still is, looking right through you, with his...
Alright. I... No wonder I have so little savior flair.
This trash container is locked. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid.
Oh, this is the,
Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
I never wish there's something in there.
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick up the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for
A
it.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Throw out a towel, a mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No, it can't be.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away.
Well,
His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains. Just to be sure, some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Mug, I'm getting that mug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron,
Gross.
only in its social sensibility. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Leave. Probably also relock it. Alright. There's this mug and a damaged ledger.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
The toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Along the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Lieutenant, what is this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
Kind of information.
Depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Oh, thank you.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you.
There's mention of a naming convention here.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins, yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
My God, they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
In my case, it appeared to have a name.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
What is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have a name the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
No. I have to open an official case. There
is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Using the pen Lena gave you.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager.
Cross out the ones you've already
A
finished.
satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Have you by any chance named your case?
Oh, actually, any ideas?
At home in that mirror.
Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Yeah, make it a vote. Already did too. So Tony, you can just type the number and it will. The Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Ooh, skill point.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
I would say yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
What kind of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. A monetary penalization, these are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks. Condition of sexual organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Did you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Alright, I feel like I should put some points into Avia Flare so I can get my necktie, but I will level up interfacing.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee, slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
Slide the drawer open.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
The ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too.
Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says Tutti Frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card, looped, round letters in a woman's hand. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
It will make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Let go.
The card into the wind.
No, don't throw away the baggie. There's dust on the drug baggie. It's not good, but at least it's some kind of way to be together.
Read the card.
Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
There is nothing.
Oh, okay. Good thing I had this autosave. The game was trying to tell me not to read that letter, and I didn't do so. Ugh. Alright, let's get that evidence from the,
This trash container is with a well-oiled Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is. But the smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
okay,
You
under the
see,
bags.
a box falls into pieces in among the as the leg.
The victim's clothes. Drop them in here. Guitar mark. The belt is missing.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt.
This is a military...
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key.
The lieutenant nods. Then it's just nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple. Something larger. A clipboard.
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Well,
His eyes express a rear.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of it. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
I don't care about the mug.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
It's a racist mug. Now that I know it's a racist mug, I don't want it.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Alright, we will interact with the ledger.
Things you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow. There's a piece of toilet paper. It's a meta. Below the pathetics, it's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the If you want it to... It's not, though. It's toilet paper. Still wet, the toilet paper. I mean, kitchen tissue, sorry. Peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger, and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block, the surface is interrupted.
What? That thing. It depends.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
It depends.
How many years you've been on the
Any capable. All our CMV.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just...
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard. They're not exact. Once in a while, Work, strife, poverty. Yes, it appears you. Yes, all cap. Others appear. You like this grimy. It's going to take an effort to piece.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of... Oh, you mean that it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when the organization had little... Again, I pray his loved one. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a work.
There is, for precise the task you've inspect, interview the cafeteria, a satisfying things to be done.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's
Yeah.
good we sorted this out.
Skill
You
point.
don't exactly close them. In the back, 3. A monetary penal. These are quite a dozen.
I'm just going through these.
Predation. Yes. Or what delicious power hid within. The rest of the stinking
Ooh, my health got
is
healed.
much worse for wear. Being sandwiched, it's made of dark blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience.
What if I...
This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Maybe I get some logic?
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later. Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide. A hot flash of rage comes over you. For a moment there, before it recedes. It's unjust, that's why. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason. Arson, petty theft. You don't exactly...
Alright.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that. You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
How about the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Why does my mortal coil need?
Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist death.
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
They told him to strip before they hung him to demean him.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
It's not its place here.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
Alright. It is break, so I will be pausing content making until ad break is over. So anyways, Tony, how are you doing? Are you enjoying the game so far? I definitely know I am. Another 50 seconds.
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
That's a lot.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
I could afford such expensive
It's
art.
for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay. Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
He's like pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
In the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Suddenly your biceps coil up, your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
Punch it harder.
Your fist connects to the boot with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder.
Did you hear that? A click?
It's like dice.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly.
Pull the boot off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Better not even try.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
I don't have the strength for trying to pull off boots from a dead man, so I won't bother.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you. Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Extremely. Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a circus. When the circus leaves town and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen.
Like in a harbor.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
Or assuming dock workers from the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Yeah.
Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
They sure wanted him to stay there.
It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
Did they even get on?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Why not?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak. Your fist clenches suddenly.
The original Flip Disco!
Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened. Now, it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink.
A map of the stars. I do see some similar...
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
A Truget Sunshine. Mini.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks, his eyes are milky white and blind. Dark brown hair grows on his head. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where's that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
Didn't come over in my ledger.
The blue heart. Oh, that's good shit. You fucking heart.
He means force. It'll work.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
Right now. Alright, please voty for the thingy bitties.
There is nothing funny about jokes either. A killer, a motherfucker, and a killer.
Takes one to know one.
Go ahead. What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of you mad. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Here you go, you
It's my name, Rooney.
fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Of course not.
Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry.
I've been eating a lot of Harry
You
lately.
might be onto something there.
I hate you, you stink, and you're
Do I
boring.
remind you of someone?
You remind me of anyone.
Sure I do. You just don't want to admit it. Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
First, do you have to speak like that? What dialogue is that anyway?
It's a mishmash, Coppabolo. You think I'm Messinian, don't you? For you, this is how people from Messina speak like.
I'm not even sure what Messina is.
Well, I'm not from Messina, am I? My hair is too light a shade of brown. Trust your inner races.
Are you racist now too?
You think I am. You think I was a racist because this lump looks military and has tattoos. That's called profiling.
You were feeling...
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
What is?
Captain Coppodromo. I think because you have.
No.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo
How do
belt.
we get him down?
Sure we finish the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in...
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Yeah. We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Confirmed. It's unsafe. What other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Someone else? You mean like the police?
You have a point.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Alright. How about... Okay.
An intricate web of blue line. It still kind of looks like a map of the star for you to discover. Someone close to the victim might know. Gone. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the permute, just relax. The two sides of the board are slightly missed. The slides snap back into place. Without resist, 2 ticket stubs and a hand, 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pen. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustle. It smells of a touch of cinnamon. The end of summer. Familiar hand. Harry, throw it away, please. A merciful...
Let go.
No, don't throw away the baggie. Just like that, the wind picks it from your fingers. Cold, they let go. The wax paper rustles, a whisper light and low. Then a sudden gust raises the postcard to the drizzle-gray sky above, away from you. A small piece of paper dances above Martinez, and above the distance, synapses can be rerouted. Not for yourself, for the 80,000 under your jurisdiction. Under Precinct 41, where typewriters fire long into the night, and officers walk the great steps and the bridge. Long after the card has landed in the cold, the wind carries the keepsake away from you. To the southwest, the pale violet dot disappears. No, you should not have thought back at it. Now some of it is on your mind again. The ledger of oblivion-induced mental health is just as shabby as the damaged ledger was. A bunch of sodden papers sags from the clipboard in your hand.
Lonesome long way home.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
We should get some perception then.
An inconspicuous pile, because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Ooh. Finally did it. Some perceptioning.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine, sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
One has taken the card, perhaps.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Ooh, we could take the ladder if we wanted to. All right.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. Man down, a trooper has been left behind the enemy lines. You could swear it's more of an instinct than anything else, but you know it's a cop's cloak.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
Motherfucker, now that's a huge crane.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 major stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
Okay, I feel like I should come back to this with a nice quick save.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Legendary. Try.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
Okay, I'm going to reload that one. Good thing I quick saved. I do think there is a safer way. Alright. Instead of using a gun to shoot it down, which I actively don't want to do.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. An off-key melody starts playing after.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
This is police. Please open the door.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. Just seeing the words Andro Orlando gets your hackles up. Its very existence is a threat to your masculinity, to say nothing of your hair. All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but you wait for a minute or two. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work. You hear static from the intercom speak.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Michelle, just please.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and...
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Hold on. Tell me what's going on. What did I do?
Ever since I came to live here,
A spot of static overrides her words.
It's so nice to be able to finally meet again.
Listen,
She sounds like the cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor. You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read, silence. No one, silence. Nothing happens after you ring the silence. No one. This button looks new, but someone has
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
alright.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case-related, you think. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of guilt again? The hole in this fence doesn't look that huge. He was exaggerating. People blame cops for everything that goes wrong in the world. This has nothing to do with you. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building, before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
Okay.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler from another planet. Hey there. You sure are, my man.
What's going on here?
Jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
How long have we been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Know anything about that dead man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy. Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any. The bosses, man. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had, say, 4 myself.
More of
It's
us.
like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company
They want
wants?
to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere. It's not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these...
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal fire...
Time to arrest him.
Okay, what are you actually hauling?
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Laurent Bird somehow.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Get one of those
We're
tracksuits.
pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
You really are the law, aren't you?
Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn. It's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong.
Don't be a stranger.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
But what's going on?
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking AKM, I've got your back.
You two make a cute couple.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the strike? Apples. Yeah.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
It's about biological not the...
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
I'm not just. People who've studied these things say that you and me... Oh?
Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Push.
Fuck racist.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
I am the law.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
No.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families. Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the
right to work! Right to work!
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss. I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Right to work!
It's shameful, cops doing nothing. You should bring backup, open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
given a job to do!
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we...
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious... There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Where's that you from?
What's it to you? Big mess, caused by union greed. But we're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. We were promised work. We'd be in there. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to... And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. Huge Seminese guy standing bad. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And why don't you go arrest them instead?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
Scab?
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
Exactly the Scab. You're not Scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I've come here to investigate a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Let me solve it.
Of course, Policia. It was...
Should we? He's nice. I don't like nice.
What's right about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
You'll let me through the gate?
Don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself. Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Seminese supremacist is there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
It doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Seminese supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone here actually bested him into physical
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
physical instrument? I don't have the body for that.
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Okay, another thing.
Sure.
So, gotta get moving. Alright. Another save. Like that. Into the door. I'd love to get into that door. That's quick save.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Am Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
My body is unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to get to the...
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, Al Ghul?
Yes. Al Ghul.
What is it?
Al Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
You mean alcohol?
Correct. My small skull servant.
Damn, is it really so bad?
Not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
You're right. I'm a servant of Al Ghul, but I still need to enter the harbor.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink.
Show him the ham still got it.
You just need to help me do my job.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. You gave the world. You dominate. You will be
It is, baby.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
You're right about it. Now I just need you to let me go into the harbor.
Enough. Bring your troops. The walls.
This is your chance. He's talking. No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
Don't be.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden.
Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Claire is also. To serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I hate this guy. Communism is pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the, above all,
Got it from disco, actually.
offshoots of this. I am not surprised you enjoy it. the South. We are the future. I am a descendant.
You did, Conrad.
No.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
You're not really Simonese, you're just from Revenshaw.
From Couron. You have heard enough about our phylogenet.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
Do you know there will be a next race?
Always is.
Race is reality. Racists are generally not very good. I am not like them.
You sure I'm not
I am
superior to you?
Exhibit forward projection of the jaw. It is impossible. This leads me to your racial heritage.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
Let's try concept.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then, to you, he lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously There are 3 categories. Those are a receding genetic. You know them by the Maun or the Vesper.
I don't care enough.
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk. The indigenous people. The Areopagites. The latter.
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B to an untrained pink.
I don't care enough to listen to but to
82,000 years that we've been recording history. You have very little idea of what is happening. But that seems a little off.
pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played the revolution. Enough of Tibet. Tips, CF. Lesser, the mosquito is born sterile. Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know the Koik? This, but enough. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the We will.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation.
But am I mildly worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am, he concludes. I am worried.
I don't have time to get any deeper in this stuff.
Lost, though. Buckled away. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and Venerea.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be an...
Hey. Psst. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Well, if it's worked out real, I can argue with that.
So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the you keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs.
That's some mildly left-wing things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Failure. It's about failure. Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Alright, I'm going to save the game. And then we're going to sign out for now. So thank you all very much for watching. My name is Oral Chaos, and we are signing out. I hope you enjoyed your stay, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, and take care.